There we go. That is my first attempt at a zenithal highlight, where you spray it all black and then you spray a fine mist of white from a 45-degree angle all round, and it gives you all the shading. And the idea is you do washes over and the shading's already there, so we shall see how that works. A bit of experimentation. But I quite like how it came out. It's my first go with an airbrush. It's going to be in blue and red, same as the other ship. That's in my head canon. It's the Rogue Trader's colours. But this one's going to have goldy bits. Spectacles. Let's remove these. Where do I rest those? That's the question. We want more water in that? No, it's a bit too much on the brush. Carried away. That's the problem. Spread it around, I suppose, like watercolour. As it is a colour with lots of water in it. Which, I suppose, is what a watercolour is. Rest there, my little ones. At least until I want to paint the back. Well, let's see how well. Definitely getting the bluiness. And it's easy to slap it on when it's nice and watery. Lighter than that other one, that's for sure. With the extra white underneath for the zenithal. Definitely whitened it. Not liking all the little bubbly bits. Hoping they clear away. Oh, I still got to re-glue that one. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. Don't you fret, ladies and gentlemen. More paint. More water. More water. Let's do that little bit. Stepping in there where the turret goes. Obviously, I can just cut the good bits out. Good bits out. That's not the way you do editing. I can cut all the bad bits out and just keep all the good bits for you. Wodge it in around there. We'll neaten that up when we do the metallics for the engines. Right, now we just need to paint these side bits. Oh, there goes that bit I needed to glue on. That's fine. I can use that to paint behind it. Very simple painting. Poke it in. Nothing fancy here. Well, at least not for the first bit. We can come back and do fancier when we're doing the neatening up and the gold trimmage and that sort of bits. But for now, just a nice coat. Right, we're going to give red a go with it just on the stand, because otherwise I get bored. This one was the one that's almost solid, so I've just put a load of water in there. Well, 2 or 3 brushes worth, so a load in comparison to pot size, I suppose. And we will see how we get on with this. There's a bright red for Mephiston. Yeah, Mephiston red. Delicate bits. Then, hardest of hard bits, we have underneath to do. You see, we got to get it at an angle where I've got just enough clay to kind of get under there. Sorry, angle's not great for me either. Worse for you. But I'm the one painting, so I think if one of us has to see what's going on and the other one has to wait till it's nearer done, this is probably the way to do it. But them's the breaks. How will we get that? is mostly done. Mostly. Dry brush time. That was our dry brush brew. And then we had blood red as our dry brush red before. Big brush. Let's see how this comes out. That's not bad. Maybe a little bit of water in there. God damn it. I hate it when we have wastage. How much can we get back in? Because you can, ladies and gentlemen, to a certain degree, get some back in. You still waste a load. Right, let's put that out the way. Well, don't let that distress you. It will get cleared. I'm just working with paint whilst I have it. Definitely going to want to wash over this. Yeah. Somewhat brighter, but we are going to do a wash over the top of it anyway. Let me get some more kitchen roll. Isopropyl alcohol. Ooh, that's a bit more of that than I wanted. I thought it had a squeezy lid. But it does not. Oh dear, I need to put some over here as well. Right, cleanup's done. Time to have a go at some red. Somewhat hard and crusty inside, but still paint in it. That's not really how you're supposed to use paint. Hey ho, a little bit of water. Like I said, I'm experimenting here anyway. I haven't done a huge amount of larger ships and stuff. What we need now is metals. Lead belcher and iron breaker. Slightly lighter. I've got something to brush with. And then, for all the other little edge pieces we've got, I thought gold. So we have Balthazar gold. Needs a lot of mixing. Either way, silvers. Let's start off with a spot of lead belcher. What are we painting with the lead belcher, I hear you say? We shall start off with the gun barrels. Oh, Games Workshop. We designed these perfect ones with lids that close on you all the time. You get them in close so I can see them, and it stops you seeing it. I'm sorry about that. Makes it harder to show you, as I'm painting with it further away from my eye line than I would generally prefer, but... Right, we're painting these guns. We're painting some of the little antennae, the big round gun bits on the sides that I can twiddle. We're going to paint those. And of course the engines. Goes without saying. Like that. And what other bits do we have in silver? Well, we have these little antennae. Oh, you can't even see the antennae. Right, so we've done them, we've done some of the little bits below. We're just doing these little guns here. Why's all the gold brown? Why is the gold not gold? Like gold should be. You're wanting gold and you get brown. Like it's far more like a copper than anything else. And given enough mixing, will it go back to gold? It's brown. That ain't gold. I mean, there's gold in there. I can see kind of lumpy bits. But it's more of a copper than a gold. At least that's how it looks. There's definitely gold in there. If you spread it out. Oh well. Let's give it a try. Well, that's way more than is wanted. That's just a stupid amount. But we are now committed. So, a stupid amount it shall be. Now you're going to have to bear with me. Because a lot of the time, I'm going to have to bring it in close so I can actually see what I'm doing. Pointless me showing you what I'm doing if what I'm doing is just messing up the paint job. Ergo, I'll cut together the best bits I can. Sorry, I'm quiet. Ship has been fully painted with the gold and the lead belcher. I did over the gold a second time and neatened up any little mistakes I'd made. Flip it around. There's the other side. Anyway, there's the ship. So, nice, it's painted. It's a little bright. What I'm going to experiment with is an oil wash. Now, I've never done one of these before, so bear with me and we shall see how it goes. We put in a bit of burnt sienna. Right, spot of black. Try not to drop the lid this time. And then you put a bit of white spirit with it and you make it into like a wash. And then the trick is you send it out and then the white spirit actually makes it flow really well, like a flux. What's the word for that? Makes it flow well, anyway, into all the little gaps and the other different bits. Okay, let's see how well this works. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the capillary action. That's the words I was looking at, thinking of. Flowing along. Have we got enough? That doesn't seem to flow very well. Do we need a little more white spirit? It doesn't seem to capillary action very well. try and get some highlight into some of these. Well, not highlight, you know what I mean. Meow to you too, Nessie. How are you today? Well, this isn't the way I've seen it used, but we're just trying to use up what we've got. So let's embrace it and see how it comes out. Suppose we just got to treat it a bit different is all. Not quite as I was originally intending, because we wanted a kind of grubbiness anyway. So let's embrace the grubby. Space is dirty. We've gone through this before, remember? Nobody hoovers it, therefore space is dirty. Sorry, you're not catching me doing any of these bits. Not that you can really see much of what I'm doing anyway. Let's get some, down on the underside bits. Them's vents, them's dirty. You're getting the idea of how we're treating it. Around the edges, we ain't had no capillary action helping us here. We'd having to use brush action. Oh look, I've made a mess there and I hadn't neatened it up. Bit around in there, since that's a launch bay. Likewise, load in that launch bay. Just get a general dirtying over. Use up the rest of the wash. Inside the engine. Engine's always going to be grubby. And I suppose we need to get some across the top of these. I'm liking that better now. It's not quite so bright, with a general grime over it. Definitely liking the look of that better. Let's give that some time to dry. Maybe use a little bit more just to take off some of the excess in places where I might have been a wee bit overzealous. And we shall see how that comes out. Slightly more grubbied.